Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a breakfast club stream with just me. Sorry if you're expecting someone else, but it's just me. No other reason, really. I've got headphones in, even though I can't hear anything, because that's just the way I roll. How is it going? Good morning, everybody. It's only 20 minutes until the deadline. My transfer is locked in. For anyone that knew my team beforehand, you'll be able to see what transfer it was. Very boring in the end. No Harry Kane for me. Some of you might have seen that I've been looking at Harry Kane. I decided just not to take a hit this week, basically. So I have done Danny Ings to Nketiah in one of the most boring... I don't know if it's boring, actually. It's not that exciting, though. Don't think it's boring, but it's not that exciting. Reason being, I hope that he gets rested in the FA Cup and then plays against Norwich. I think Norwich is a really good fixture. And then my plan after that is to go 3-5-2, and I can bring in Mahrez for Hayden. Like, I have 4.2 million in the bank now, so I can do Hayden straight to Mahrez, or I can do Calvert-Lewin straight to Jesus. But obviously that does leave me either playing 4-4-2 or 3-4-3 with Nketiah, which I probably don't want to do long term. So I have options next week. I could have just made no transfer this week, but a little part of me is just a little bit worried that Danny Ings is going to maybe get rested, plus his fixtures aren't very good afterwards, so I'm just going to take the kind of risk that he's not going to really destroy me this week, which he could, but we won't worry about it too much for now. We're just going to do kind of questions and stuff today. I haven't set up like any of the other screens, like goals imminent and stuff. Obviously you saw that on the Scoutcast. Oh, a bit of a cough there, not good. So yeah, we're just going to do like a Q&A, a bit like how I do my streams on my channel. So I think we'll probably look to do maybe like a normal style breakfast club with a couple of people maybe. I don't know, next week potentially, but just with the quick turnarounds and stuff, everything's like a bit over the place. We're doing things a bit differently, but maybe for the next ones or definitely for next season, it might be a bit different. Early team news, I've not seen anything yet. I know a lot of people are thinking about obviously Jimenez captain because he's been so good. Villa haven't defended that badly. I was looking at the stats on Fantasy Football Scout today, which, by the way, if you want to sign up and check them out, if you haven't already got a membership, they are already open for next season. If you sign up for next season, you get the rest of this season as well, so it's a really good deal. But if you want to check out the stats, you can. I was looking this morning, and Aston Villa have only conceded an average of 5 shots in the box in their first 3 games. Now, they did play, I think, Newcastle and Sheffield United, not really the most attacking teams, as 2 of them. Obviously, one of them was Chelsea as well. So it's not too bad, really, 5 shots on average per game. In comparison, Sheffield United are averaging 10 shots conceded per game so far since the restart. And 12 of them were against Aston Villa. Because I suddenly thought, well, to be fair, they had 10 men for Newcastle. They had... who was the other game? I can't even think now. They played Man United, of course, as well. So one tough fixture plus one with 10 men for a lot of the game. But they actually conceded, even though the average is 10, they conceded 12 against Aston Villa. So they've not been good. O'Connell might make a big difference. But obviously we don't know if he's going to be back. And we're not going to know until after the deadline. With you on Foster, why didn't I just get Pope? I know, it's just classic... it's just classic overthinking, I think, going for Foster over Pope, to be honest. Pope's just always get... I kind of talked myself out of it because of all the stuff going on at Burnley with all the contracts and stuff, but defensive-wise, I don't think there was really any issues, so it could have been a mistake, but Foster's now got 4 pretty good fixtures. 3 good home fixtures in 4. So, hopefully we'll get some points. I know what's going to happen, though. Danny Ings is going to get rid of my Foster clean sheet after I transferred him out. That would be absolutely typical. Early team news. We'll have to wait and see if there's anything that comes in. Jimenez captain. That's the only... I wouldn't say Jimenez captain's a bad choice. I have considered it this week. I just think the defensive stats I saw for Villa are quite good. They have obviously changed one of their centre-backs and their right-back for the restart due to injuries and stuff, but they seem to be carrying on with it, which is why... no love for McBurney. Which is why they're doing okay. Obviously, Wolves is going to be a bit of a different test, but they have played Chelsea as part of that as well. Let's not forget that. So I'm just hoping that Martial's got a bit of a higher ceiling than Jimenez, which is why I'm going for him. Doherty I see in the chat as well. That's a really nice shout too. To be honest, one of the reasons I was almost talking myself into going for Harry Kane, not necessarily captain, but going for him, is Sheffield United are going to play in the FA Cup. Spurs have a really long break. But then I thought, well, hang on, that's the same thing for Liverpool and Man City. Man City are playing in the FA Cup, and Liverpool have obviously got a really long break as well. I'm not saying that Sheffield United are as good defensively, or that Man City are as bad defensively as Sheffield United are, but I just think Salah doesn't strike me like a type of guy that's going to be, I don't know, he's just going to be raring to go, isn't he? So in the end, I couldn't talk myself into it. I don't know if I'm going to captain Salah in Game Week 33, though. I've kind of told myself I shouldn't. Just try and do something a bit different in Salah. So pretty crazy. No love for Pulisic. If I couldn't get Pulisic in, I can get Pulisic for a hit, but who do I get rid of, you know? I could get Pulisic instead of Hayden. But for a hit, I don't think it's worth it. It means benching. It would mean basically benching Calvert-Lewin and betting that Pulisic is worth 4 or more points. So I do like Pulisic. I was looking at his one of the other stats you can do within Fantasy Football Scout is per 90. So you can see what their expected goals, expected assists, shots, and all that stuff is per 90 minutes. And Pulisic's XGI, so expected goal involvement, expected goals and expected assists combined, is quite high actually for midfielders. He's one of the top. So I do like him as long as he's going to keep his place. Neil made a good point in the team news section. He's predicted Pulisic to start and did say that Lampard, when he was on form earlier in the season, just kept playing him. And we could see that again. Obviously, Chelsea have got a really, really good chance of top 4. So he probably will still keep playing. So for 7 million, I think Pulisic looks like a really good option. Good fixtures. For me, it just meant a hit. I couldn't get him in for free. If I could have done Hayden to Pulisic for free, I think I was about 0.5 off. I probably would have done it, to be honest, but I couldn't do it. Perhaps Pulisic starts tomorrow. Yeah, he could do. Doesn't mean I think the FA Cup is obviously a bit of a nuisance because we don't get to see it before. Just because a player starts, it doesn't mean they're not going to start in the league. Not every player that starts in the FA Cup is going to be rotated. I mean, Pulisic has just looked very good. He looked good against Man City. He came on and scored against Aston Villa as well. And I think, to be fair, when he came on, I think they made another sub as well at the same time. I can't remember who it was. But it kind of changed the game a bit against Aston Villa. If you have to bench Pulisic, Mane or Nketiah, who would you bench? I mean, that is tough. Probably Nketiah, although he has the best fixture. But he's probably the one I would be drawn to be completely honest. Can everyone say who they have as captain? I can't answer everything. You're damn right I can't answer everything. It's impossible. Too many people. Not that that's a bad thing, of course. I'm just keeping an eye on Twitter now to see if we get any inklings into who might be playing or who might not be. To be fair, I'm not really sure what people are expecting from the team news. Like, people looking at Jimenez captain, surely Jimenez is going to start, right? I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're going to get early team news, it's obviously nice to kind of wait for it. But yeah, I don't know. We play Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. No way Pulisic starts all 4. Yeah, no, you're right. But to be fair, like, I was looking at the fixtures earlier. It's insane schedule after this week. And we could see that a lot. Just a lot of players are not going to play all of them. So, by the way, this is a really long game week, which I don't like. I know we get football every day, but I hate that it's so drawn out. Like we could, if you're captain like a Liverpool player, you're waiting until Thursday for your captain, and the game week starts today. But the next one obviously starts on Saturday, then it ends on Monday. Then it's a Tuesday deadline, Saturday deadline, Wednesday deadline, Saturday deadline. Then we might get a week off before the last game, but it's going to get crazy for all players, I think, at that stage. Yeah, him and his captain's I've obviously got no issues about it at all. He's going to be very popular this week, I would say. I don't know. It's probably a bit harsh to say like I think explosiveness. I've talked about it quite a lot this week. It probably doesn't matter as much as we talk about. Like if he gets like an 11 or 12 points, which he can do, obviously 2 goals. No one's going to bet against him for that. Then it's completely fine as a captain score. No one's going to be sorry about that. Even if Salah went and got a hat trick or something, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I don't know. I just feel like it's another good game for Man United, even though it's Brighton that started pretty well. I still think that's a good game for Man United. I'd even captain Salah personally ahead of Jimenez this week, I think. I don't know what to make of Liverpool. It'd be interesting to get people's thoughts. How are they going to react now to winning the league? Will they? I know there's golden boots and stuff, but they're really going to be up for it. It must be quite difficult to motivate yourself once it's over. Once it's like completely over. Let me just... Boom. Double up on Wolves defence or play one of St. Maximin or Bergwijn. It depends which two defence. If you've got Doherty and Seiss, that is a bit tricky. I'd probably rather play one of the attackers and just play Doherty if that's what one of you have got. People looking at Willian just get Pulisic. Yeah, I think the thing is Pulisic's much more likely to get you a goal, I think. Unless Chelsea suddenly start getting a load of penalties. But yeah, I'd much rather have Pulisic than Willian. Yeah, let's keep the rumours to a minimum. Like if there's guaranteed news, then fair enough. But I think we'll keep the rumours out of here. You have Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin in play. Should you take Sarr off the bench against Southampton for Calvert-Lewin? Look, everyone went all in on Everton last week. It would be typical for them to go nuts against Leicester now, as everyone's getting a bit of cold feet on them. I would probably rather play. Oh, then again, Sarr's at home. That's a tough one. I would definitely play Richarlison, I think. I would definitely play Richarlison. The other two's tough, though, for me. I'd probably still go Calvert-Lewin just about and bench Sarr, but I wouldn't really like doing that. Stop crying about the game week. Football every day is great. FPL is secondary. Sure, but you are tuning into an FPL stream, so you can expect some FPL chat. Wolves versus Villa is a derby, making me want to captain Jimenez. If you've got a gut feeling, or even like you just think Jimenez is going to do well, go for it. Like don't be put off. There's not really a good reason not to captain Jimenez. I'm just going to go for Martial. It's a bit knee-jerk because he did so well last year, and I'm suddenly backing against Fernandes. But I don't know. I think captains are all over the place this week. I don't think there is going to be a consensus. We could see quite a variation. So I'm just hoping Martial can do the business again. Not going to get a hat-trick, sure, but if we can get a couple of goals, happy days. In the top 1K, you're thinking of going differential route, transfer out Salah for Pulisic or Martial. Is it a dumb move? The thing is, I've been racking my brain over this so much. I'm in a slightly different position to you in that I'm not top 1K and nowhere near it. And I've been thinking about going different just to kind of get up the ranks. But then the amount of times I've said to myself, don't go different for the sake of it. Like, if you don't think Salah's now a good option, that's fine. If you're doing it just to be different, I'm not sure that's as good a reason. Not that you can't be different, but doing it for the sake of it versus doing it because you think it's a good move is totally different. Is there no super chats on the FF Scout live streams? Maybe not. I don't know. I can have a look for you. We probably should have them enabled, really. So yeah, the thing with Salah is like, I tried to justify it to myself. I tried to think about reasons why I get rid of him. I'm not even sure I'm going to captain him for the rest of the season. Like genuinely not sure if I'm going to captain him. Villa at home is obviously really good. After that, it's Brighton, Burnley, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle. I may not captain him for the rest of the season, but still, he can still do damage at that price. So unless there's someone I really want to get, yeah, I'm just not too. I'm just not for it. And like Pulisic could be good, but is he going to be better than Salah? If you need the money for something else, sure. But I've gone against it in the end. Let's have a look. Okay, I don't really want to. I don't really want to talk about this team news that's leaking. Just in case it's not true. I don't know if I've got. Okay, yeah, I don't know where people are getting this team news from. I don't see anyone that I usually kind of see team news from, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I need to double check my team, actually. So I've got Taylor on the bench, first sub. I think that's fine. I'm actually tempted just to switch Hayden and Egan around, but I'm expecting Spurs to score. Martial captain, Salah vice. I'm pretty happy with that. And Nketiah in. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that team. I think it's saved. I always got to check, though. Go back to my team. I mean, usually if I was off stream, I'd do that about 10 times. Okay, let's have a look. Traore or Saka? I mean, if I was playing one this week, if Traore's going to start, I'd go Traore for sure. I think Saka's a nice little fifth mid option, but genuinely, I prefer Traore. I think he's done it time and time again this year so far. Yeah, look, if you haven't got genuine news, try and keep out of it. It's no use to anyone. And there's no way of us confirming who has and hasn't got genuine news as well. So, I would just ignore any news in the chat, to be honest. How about captain and Aubameyang? If you've kept Aubameyang this long, I would be tempted to captain him. Norwich is a great fixture right now. They also interestingly they rested the likes of Buendia, Pukki for the last match, and then you'd expect them all to play in the FA Cup. Will they get rested again for the league? I don't know for sure, but they might be knackered after playing Man United if they're going to go for it. So obviously Aubameyang has a chance to play in the Cup as well, but I fully expect Aubameyang to play in the league. There is still a genuine chance of, top 4 for them. Not guaranteed, but it could happen. I see the team news stuff. We'll see in a minute if there's any leaks. Have we got any questions? Let's see. St. Maximin captain. I mean, look, that's a massive punt. Nothing more I can say than that. It's Bournemouth. I only saw a bit of one of Bournemouth's matches, so I'm only going from a stats perspective. They haven't actually conceded many shots so far. So that says to me they haven't defended that badly. Obviously, it's hard to tell. Newcastle are not exactly renowned for their attacking prowess either. So I like St. Maximin as a fun punt in your squad. I'm not so sure about captain personally. Captain Kane, if you think Kane's going to do well, absolutely go for it. Sheffield United have been bad. Look, if O'Connell's back, that makes a big difference. But they have been awful since the league restarted. There's no getting away from that. And they've got a FA Cup match. Could we see some rotation after that? Maybe. If Kane goes nuts, I think the reason I was looking at Kane is I think there was genuine glimpse, only for a few points in that game, but even that sprint. He ended up missing a shot of his left foot. But that sprint to get out of the pitch. When was the last time we saw Kane move like that? There's just a little part of me just thinks he might be getting back to his best. The problem is he's 10.9 million, and I don't know when I'm going to captain him. So yeah, it's not really where my money is right now. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so there is potentially some team news. I can't say if it's 100%, but it looks like Jimenez starts, unsurprisingly. So do Doherty and Jota. Jota starts, which again, I'm not really surprised about, to be honest. I don't see him getting dropped anytime soon. Traore is benched, though, apparently. So for anyone that was going for Traore, probably not worth it. That just confirms to me that he's going to be a rotation risk for the rest of the season. He's actually not probably a good pick. So I wouldn't be too happy about having him personally, but that's just me. That is just me. So there you go. Does that change any of your decisions? You've only got 1 minute, by the way. So if you've got Traore, you either have to hope that he comes off the bench and gets some points, or just bench him. We don't know if Saiss. I mean, it'd be very unlikely for Saiss to be benched, right? Unless they're worried. I mean, Wolves are safe. They're just going for Champions League now. I don't see why Saiss would suddenly be rested. Of course, they have got the yellow card. Like, if he gets one more yellow card, I think he's done. Yeah, we're nearly locked in. Let me just... oh my God, let me just... I need to, triple confirm my team. So, Nketiah is in. I'm looking forward to that hat-trick. It'd be amazing if Nketiah gets a hat-trick and Aubameyang gets nothing against Norwich. Captain Martial, going for it. Salah vice-captain. Could I be punished by going Man United over Salah once again? Yeah, that's just the leaks that come out. I would be pretty confident in that personally. Just saying. To start McCarthy ahead of Alisson, not sure about McCarthy. I'm actually worried as an owner that he could get dropped at some point. I'm not saying he will do, but I'd probably just play Alisson and hope that Man City have an off day. Changing captain from Jimenez to Aubameyang because Traore was benched. Not necessarily a bad shout. I mean, Jimenez has scored twice. They've both been set up by Traore, right? The thing is, he's going to come on. He is going to come on. We know that, right? Yeah, Jimenez, to be fair, I'm not being funny. I don't think we needed team news to confirm that Jimenez was going to start. You know, so it has been confirmed now. So it is a benching for Traore. This is really, if you've kept Jota now, this is probably quite good for you. 3-5-2. So I've got the team sheets here. Johnny is left wing back, of course. Doherty right wing back. It probably makes Doherty a better option this week as well. So I'm a bit jealous of anyone that's got Doherty. Cody, Bolly, Saiss in defence as always. Patricio in goal. Then Donka, Matinho, Neves as the three midfielders, and then Jimenez and Jota up front. Like, massive team news there that Jimenez, the guy that starts every single week, is starting again. And then Aston Villa. Where's your team news, lads? Nyland in goal. Konza, Mings, House in defence. Target. Again, that defence has been quite good. Under the radar good, I think, since it came back. Target left back. Nakamba, Louise, Horahan, Grealish, and then two up front. They're going for well, obviously they could play a slightly weird formation, I guess, but it looks like they're going two up front, Davis and Samatta. So they're obviously, I mean, they need points, right, to get out of this relegation fight. So they're going for the win there. Obviously they're going for the win, but you know what I mean? They're going for two up front to kind of go for it. That could leave them quite open. Doherty and Jota now looking pretty damn good alongside Jimenez, I would say, today. My rank's like 250 odd K. Hopefully it can get better this week. Hopefully. Martial is locked in either way. I'm looking forward to this week. Good luck. I'm going to leave it there. Just a nice little short stream before the deadline. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Much appreciated. Give the stream a like. Subscribe if you're new to Fantasy Football Scout. We've got plenty more content to come this week. I think we've got content every day apart from Sunday. So there we go. And if you want to sign up to be a member, like I said, if you sign up now, you get the rest of this season and next season all included for the cheaper price. It's going to go up slightly next year, so you want to get locked in early. So if you want to check out all the stats and stuff that we have on Fantasy Football Scout, now is the time to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. Good luck in Gameweek 32. I'm looking forward to all the games. Lots of talking points, I'm sure, next week. Is Traore not even in the squad? Did I miss that? Hang on. Before we go, let me just double check that. No, he's in the squad. He's on the bench. All right. Yeah, okay. So after all that, he's on the bench. He's probably going to come. Thanks very much for all the messages, all the questions and stuff. Good luck this week, and we will see you again soon. Cheers all.